Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayfeather 24BH travel trailer. You guys picked a cool trailer here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is your slide. Got a pretty deep slide here, so make sure you leave yourself plenty of room for that to come in and out unimpeded, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. Then I want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. Your power is going to be all the way at the rear on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your water connection is going to be just in front of that, just behind your slide or just behind your tires on your off-camp side of your tow vehicle. Once we've arrived and unhooked our hitch, first thing we're going to do is get our unit level. You have a power tongue jack here with a light for night arrival, night docking. All you do is lower or raise the unit. Now, should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper here, you do have this manual override. You can put this on and bring it up and down. Speaking of power, when you arrive, check the battery posts. Check your terminal posts and make sure that them haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. Once you got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Now, on all four corners you have stabilizing jacks. Any 3/4 inch socket on the end, the hand crank to bring these down. And you can bring them down by hand. They come down rather quickly. Can use an impact driver or a drill gun. Just remember, when you get to the bottom, slow down, because you don't want to raise the unit at all. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. So bring those down onto some jack pads. I recommend jack pads because they're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Got to keep them from sinking into the ground and better distribute the weight. So I highly recommend to use your 10% off coupon, pick up a 4-pack of those, put them underneath these and run these down just until they're taut. Once you start to feel any kind of pressure, go ahead and stop. Go around, get all 4 of those down. We've got our unit level and stable. Now we hook up our power and water. Again, your power's here at the end. Big long power cord. At the end of that 50 amp service, should you need it, is a 50 to 30 amp dog bone, we call them. And if you need to plug in a home, also in your convenience pack is this 30 amp to 110 adapter. Hook your power up. Let's hook our water up. Real simple here, city water connection. Open this up. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water into your city water connect or your black tank flush. So hook up our water pressure regulator, hook up our hose. Don't turn our hose on yet. Let's go find your hot water heater. Over on your campsite here, in between the doors, is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is returning our drain plug. We may have left it out the last time we were camping. This door actually left right off here. Last time we drained our plug, so go ahead, throw some plumber's tape on here, preferably tape, not putty. Put that in there nice and tight, and then you can go ahead and turn on your water. Go inside and turn on your hot water tap. It's not going to come out hot yet, but once your water is flowing out of there, you know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. There is an on-off switch here that's taped to off for electric element. The only time you'll ever want to turn this on here, as well as indoors, if you're hooked up to 110. Hot water heater's not working for some reason, come out here. These may be bubbled out. Just press those are resets. Any other instructions? About covered everything is all right here on the back of your panel. So let's say we're gonna go camping and not use city water. Let's use potable water. Right here next to your hot water, potable water tank. Simply fill this up with a hose, water pressure regulator not needed. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve here. And 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks, this would be your fresh water button. Hold that down, you can tell when that's full. All right, we got our water and electricity hooked up. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, then we'll go inside. Cable and 110 out here for a TV if you want. Again, your hot water heater. Potable water and hot water heater. This is your furnace heat release. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather warm. Here's your huge pass-through storage. Here's your Blackstone griddle that sets up outside. All of your hitch work. Propane tanks. There's the cover for it. These are on a regulator. Simply point to the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. Again, your battery post. Power tongue jack. We're also prepped down here for solar. If you want to hook a solar panel up, you can plug it in right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. On this side of your storage, I want to mention this is where your battery disconnect is. Now this will come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide detector. Your griddle table. Your slide. This is access to the back of your fridge. Big storage area here. Come back around here on your off campsite again, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. City water connect and an outdoor shower. You have 2 gray tanks and a black tank right here. We'll dump them when we're leaving the campsite. Your power, your rear stabilizing jacks. Cable input from the campsite. There's your spare tire with a cover. Unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device you purchased from our store. It sits on the dash of the tow vehicle, giving you a backup camera on the unit. You have your low point drain right here. You have another one under the slide for the fresh water. We'll talk about that when leaving as well. Access here, you can flip this up. Store some toys in here. Just remember to lock this. Your ladder, go up and check your seams. Maintain your roof. Check your seams a couple times a year. Caulk as needed. Brings us to your outdoor kitchen, which holds up on magnets. So your griddle will set over here. Over here you got lighting. A sink with spray port, which will hook up. Let's see, that's it. Here's your step light. There's your quick connect LP right there. The spray port you can hook up here. Cutting board. Bottle opener. Well, that about covers everything on the outside. Well, here's your access to your, this is a hood vent for your microwave and your outdoor speakers. There's your big awning light. So you go inside, I'll show you, I've stopped running the awning all the way out, show you how far to run that out. Take a look inside. So coming inside, thing I like to point out first, make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. As you come in, you got your big closet. Just to the left of that is your control panel. Starting at the top, here's your brand new battery. Here's the fresh tank button I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Just keep an eye on your black and gray tanks and know when to dump them. This is where you turn on your hot water heater if you're hooked up to electric. Hook it up here if you're hooked up to gas. If you're running on 110, turn on that switch outdoors as well as this electric here. Here's where you turn on your water pump using potable water. Your awning light, no security light, living room lights. Slide in and out, we'll run that in and out in a minute. Run it in when we leave. finish extending this awning. You don't want to run that out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees right there, and you can see that black bar. Then you know you're out far enough. So coming inside the unit here, we've left this the way you want to use it for travel. I'll show you how to set this up real quick. So as you see, you've got two slots, that one there, this one here. Put this in at this angle here. And then your table will sit on top of that. And that's how that sets up. Now again, when you bring that back down, your table will sit on these. You store the bar underneath here. Alright, so let's start coming around your TV. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. There's your TV. Here's your sound system. Two zones. If it's blue, it's on. So let me scan, see if we can get any channels in out here. Probably not. Anyway, you can play your music indoors, outdoors, or both. Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary mode. Touch it once to mute it, hold it in to shut it off. Self-explanatory microwave. Your hood vent does have a fan and light. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light here. Shine your panel light. Notice when you turn your gas, it'll turn from blue to red. Hit your spark over here, here's your flame. Same thing on the oven. Turn it to light here. It'll turn red, like so. And then light it from over here. You also have a panel light for down there. A lot of one-touch lighting throughout the unit. Coming up to your freon fridge. Not much to talk about in there. All your settings are right here. Continuing around. Again, a lot of individual, well, these lights actually turn on here, but you can shut them off individually. Coming over here on the wall is your furnace thermostat. Furnace and AC. Turn the fan on. Let's get your air on. Turn the air on. There's that. Shut the air off and turn the furnace on. Now you'll notice the air will shut off quickly. Semi-quickly. And then the furnace will kick on. Down below this is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention it's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, use your battery disconnect up front if you're not charging your batteries. Otherwise, this will run your batteries down. Alright, so I want to talk about your solar control panel here real quick. So let me go over this. This is where your battery is reading. It's charged up to almost full right there. Button up here is going to show your voltage, your amperage, and your amperage hours. Battery type, you want to keep this on wet. There's your standard conventional batteries. If you put this on the wrong setting, it could damage your battery. So keep this on wet. The manual says that this all remembers this. So we got the settings correct. We'll see if it remembers. This red just means that the solar panel is plugged in. If it's flashing, it's lost connection somewhere. And if this goes off, battery is either disconnected or it's at nighttime and you can't get any power. So what this really does is it controls the power coming from your solar panel to not overcharge your batteries. That's basically all this thing controls. All right, let's carry on. Back into the bathroom. The only thing I want to mention in here, this is where your 110 with GFCI reset is. Coming back into the bedroom. Furnace is running now, air shut off. You'll notice when you shut off the furnace, that will take a few minutes to shut off. Here's your lighting. 110 and a little accent lighting there for back in there. Your storage here on hydraulics, simply push it down. One touch lighting up here. You also have a hand crank open exhaust vent up here. Prepped for a TV. You can put a TV here. It's got a backer here. 110 and cable here. Wanted to mention on your television, cable comes in down here. Make sure that you set this accordingly. Antenna or cable, it'll switch sides. And then your fuse box, here it is. So on the side of your kitchenette is your access panel to your fuses and breaker box. Looks like you got mostly 15s in there. Highly recommend you have a handful of those with you when you go camping. Smoke alarm is right here. Quick secret on your AC. When you get to the campsite and it's smoking hot in here, when you turn on your AC, open up your dump. What it does, it allows the cool air to cool the, allows the AC unit to cool the cool air that's coming out. Then when you close this, it'll blast nice cold air through here. Well, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. First thing I like to do, come over here and shut off my living room lights. Now I see all the other lights I need to go through the unit and shut off. Let me do that real quick. Now I've got every light in the unit off except for what I can control here. First and foremost, make sure everything's secure. Make sure your doors are locked. Make sure your bedroom door gets bungeed back so that doesn't move on you. Put down your glass top, shut off all accent lighting. Make sure nothing is in the way of this slide. Make sure, especially make sure that this is closed, otherwise it'll run into that slide here. We're just gonna come over here and hit retract on the slide. Now you notice the bottom will come in first. Just kind of shift backwards. That's all because all the control panels are on the bottom. Shut off the light. Now as you're exiting, make sure that you have your exterior door all the way open, otherwise this will catch on it. Simply lift it up, pull back in this handle and lock your door in there. Close your exterior door, lift and lock that. Unhook any grill, bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Come to your hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to let a whole bunch of all the water out of your lines right up in there. Once that's out, then you can go ahead and pull this drain plug. Return our door. Come to the rear of the unit. Open up these low point drains. It's going to drain all your water out. Unhook our cable, hook up a hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you're going to use your sewage hose, comes in your convenience pack, 10 foot long. Hook it up here, the other end into the dump. First handle you're going to pull is this black handle. After it sounds like it's no longer draining, you're going to once again use your water pressure regulator and hook up your black tank flush. Be sure to leave that black tank handle open. Turn on this hose for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all the nastiness out of your black tank. Shut off your hose. Close your black handle. Pull your gray handle. When that's done, pull that last gray handle. Those are going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers, and that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Come right here to your bumper and conveniently store your sewage hose inside. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.